What's up, Jenna? What's up to the moon? What's up, Kyle? You guys have a good weekend? Yeah, I feel a lot better. New all-time high. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we'll have to look at iBit. Check it out. What's up, Andrew Cameron? Good to see you, man. Okay. All right. So let's jump into it. Daily close is about to happen. Weekly close, weekly open. So this daily candle is not the prettiest here. Uh, let's start over. Let's start over. Okay. So there's a lot of volume in this daily candle. Kind of swiped the all-time high here. We're getting a little bit of a close below. Um, Nothing extremely bearish yet, but there are some bearish things to be concerned of. So obviously we didn't close a daily candle above the high, and if we look at some of these lower time frames, so we did have like a 30 minutes bearish break here after taking the all-time high. So I was looking at the 5 minute here because let's see, so we break it there. So what we really need to see is a close above here. This is what I had on the stream a minute ago. So with our 30-minute bearish break, we set a low, set a high, set another low, and now we really need to break this high because that would flip the 30-minute back bullish. So we just SFP'd that on the 30-minute. We SFP'd on the 5-minute as well. Failure to get a close above. If we're going to continue higher, this is the level that bears are going to defend. So we really need to see a close above this on like the 5-minute and the 30-minute. And if we see that, then we're flipping back bullish. And if we get a little bit of a retrace to get on, we can look to trade this back up to the all-time high. But it was really key level right here. The risk to reward isn't the best right here. It's like a 1.87. So if you do get a 30-minute close above there and you want to wait for like a pullback to get a little bit better of a risk to reward, probably to this like decision block right here. Something like this would make sense if we do get a 30-minute close above. If you're feeling bearish, I mean this is your invalidation, right? So if you're taking a short, you know, targeting these lows. Let's look at the weekly. So there's obviously level of interest at this order block here and the previous demand here. So our weekly levels to pay attention to is going to be these two levels here. So be like 118 and 115.386. With this SFP on the weekly, we really want to see ourselves start trading back above this all-time high, so it doesn't just look like an SFP. This is a very bullish engulfing weekly candle, though. This looks really good with high volume behind it. I would have liked to close above the weekly high. Now, we were talking a bit last week about what we wanted to be careful of when we came up to the all-time high here. So we were talking about how with this daily bear break here, we don't want to see an SFP up here. We want to see a clear break. One of the conditions of like SFP at the high here that I was kind of talking about last week hasn't really happened yet. That would actually make me concerned. So because we were talking about something like this, right? We're talking about the bearish break of structure and then 3 hits to the high. But again, we likely can just continue up, right? But you want to be prepared just in case. So if we lose 4-hour structure here at like 121.530, then I'd be looking at some of these lower targets I was talking about, like this 118 and this 115.300. If this level doesn't break, then we're just bullish, just continuing bullish. If this level breaks, then we're likely going to see a pullback, and we'll likely get a nice entry in these areas here if we can see another 4-hour break back. If we close above here, I mean, we're targeting the week high, right? So that'd be nice. Obviously, you're going to have a little bit of turbulence at this supply here. At this supply here. It's also like the golden pocket around like 120.45. But that would be a 30-minute bullish break of structure. It would also be a SFP break of structure, our JPAL pattern. So that would look really nice. But just a little bit of caution right now with this 30-minute SFP as well as this like lower time frame SFP. Bears are, I mean, the risk to reward for bears here was amazing. So they're going to defend that level. The first place of interest would kind of be around here. So now we're getting like an internal 5-minute market structure break as well. So just a little bit of patience, guys, right? Like, what do we always say? Let the market tell you what it's going to do, right? So you'd rather wait for a close above and a bullish flip in market structure than get long here and then just get swiped at the lows. What's up, Geeky? Good to see you. Man, I should have waited a little bit longer to do the Bitcoin TA. I feel like most people joining now just missed that. Make sure you guys go back and watch the beginning if you guys missed it, all the important stuff. But really, this level, the most important levels is this 30-minute high at 123.568. Just got SFP'd on the 30-minute and the 5-minute. This level needs to break. The next important level is the 4-hour low down here at 121.565. As long as this holds, we can still be bullish. If this breaks, we're coming back to 118 and 115.4. Obviously, like, we could stop here, right? But that would be generally what we'd be looking for. What's up, Geeky? What's up, Fecker? What's up, Mortimer? Can we see alt season in 2025? Let's check on total 3. So looking at total 3 here, it's kind of the same concerns that we were looking at on the daily on Bitcoin. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm bearish, right? I'm just giving you what the charts are showing me here, what we can prepare for. I want to tell you guys the levels that this stuff confirms at, but just one thing to keep in mind, we did have a daily bearish structure break here. We had like the SFP break of structure, kind of pullback here. Then we have kind of 3 hits to the high here, right? Now, the level on total 3 to be weary of is going to be like 113 trillion here. So we had a bearish break, then we swiped the high, broke it back bullish. Yeah, it's an interesting pattern printing at the highs here. Yeah, kind of this 113 trillion, that would be a bearish break of market structure here. Because we've kind of just been like deviating this range, like deviate the high, deviate the low. But if we start breaking below here, we could easily come back to 109. I mean, you're gonna, in terms of like, if we're gonna have an alt season right now, that answer should become apparent in the next couple days here, depending on what the structure shows, because we're at the highs, right? So it's either gonna break bullish and then we're gonna see expansion, or we're gonna get a pullback at one of these 4-hour levels. Interesting times. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, if we broke the 4-hour bearish, yeah. First stop I'd be looking at is here. Because everything else on the way down has been, I'd say this hasn't really been mitigated. So I'd kind of be looking at kind of either 109 or 105. If this low doesn't break, I mean, it's targeting the week high, and then we're going into expansion. Let's well, let's look at total. What's total showing us? Whew, that is ugly candle on total. So total does have the advantage of like not having a daily bearish structure break, but kind of back tested that high level. Yeah, so on total, the level to watch is going to be the 4-hour low here, 409 trillion. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see, but the levels are clear, what we're looking for. We'll see, guys. I really want this level to hold because I want to be bullish like all of you guys, and like well, like everyone wants to be, right? I want to see Bitcoin go to 150, but we'll have to see. This is the barrier, 123.5. Let's check on some of our altcoins here. If you guys have any coins that you want me to look at, you can throw them in the chat. We'll take a look. Let me look at ETH here. Alright, let's start over on ETH. Okay, let's look at our daily. Oh, okay. Man, ETH. So kind of those same levels for ETH. ETH looks worse than Bitcoin, I'll tell you that. Now that can change very easily, but right now we're under bearish structure on the daily on ETH. and we're right at our golden pocket here. So we're on bearish structure on the daily, tapping our head up against our golden pocket, failing to get above that golden pocket. Yeah, your level to hold is 44.41 on ETH. Yeah, ETH breaks bearish here. Let's follow our 30-minute structure here. Yeah, so in order to break even the 30-minute structure back bullish on ETH, you got to break above 45.24. So that would be the level to watch. We are at a spider line right now, so maybe we can hold here. I do like the area that we bounced from. Maybe we come a little bit lower, swipe this liquidity and our way down. I'm not trying to sound too bearish, guys. I want you guys to be aware. I always want to protect you guys. So we are close to breaking some key structure. We haven't yet. So we are still bullish, but I just want you guys to understand that should these levels break, it structurally would look like we need to have a bit of a pullback. But yeah, so kind of the bullish levels on ETH would be 45.25, and then bearish would be 44.48. And obviously that will change. I would go with 30-minute here. So basically, the rule of thumb for most of these coins, so Bitcoin included, right, is you're going with 30-minute structure. Now, why are we going with 30-minute structure? Because the 4 hours bullish, right, and the 1 hour is bullish, right? But the 30-minute is the only structure that has broken bearishly, or is the highest time frame structure that's broken bearishly. So should we reclaim the 30-minute structure, everything would point to the week high, right? So that's when I would flip more bullish again. We might have a little turbulence here, but as long as the 30-minute stays intact here and we don't break it, then we're looking back at the week highs, right? Now, if we come up to the golden pocket here and set new 30-minute structure, break that bearish again, then again, you're just waiting for the 30-minute to break bullish again, as long as this low holds, right? Because right now, the 30-minute would kind of be our entry time frame. And yeah, hopefully they can push. Hopefully bulls can win, close above here, and we can come back up to the week high. And then we can really get into expansion. What's up, Alex Moto? What's up, Andrew? Yeah, we can look at ADA. Maybe we'll break this on the stream, and then we can feel a little bit more bullish. I mean, we're still bullish, right? We just know where we need to hold. Okay. All right, so ADA, let's see. Okay, so we're under bullish daily structure on ADA, which is nice. We came down to kind of our golden pocket 786 area here. Bounce from the 786. Let's look at 4 hour. Okay, that's interesting. So ADA's actually ADA's actually already under 4 hour bearish structure. So we had our 4 hour SFP here at the highs. And then we had our bearish break here. Came back up, made a new low. So our 4-hour high is now here. So if you want to be bullish on ADA, you want to see 88 cents. You want to see a close above 88 cents to get bullish again. That would be breaking the 4-hour bullish on ADA would be nice, because then your 4 hours matching up with your daily, which is bullish. So that would be a really good sign, but some more work needs to be done. I mean, there's an argument to be made that we're just ranging and we're deviating the highs and lows. But yeah, I would if you're gonna trade like ADA over Bitcoin, I would want to see 88.26 closed above. Otherwise, this looks a little messy. I like the range deviation play, but I would trade that off Bitcoin if Bitcoin. Oh, and it looks like. Nice. Nice. That's what we wanted to see. Volume came in, pushing up. Nice. Okay, so now, as long as we don't SFP this, which it looks like we're not going to, now our 30-minute structure is bullish again, and we're targeting this week high. But be wary of the golden pocket. I like that. I'm glad this happened. That looks way better. Sweet. In that case, ADA looks better with that range deviation. Okay. So in that case, you're looking locally. You're looking for a 15-minute structure break. So if ADA can come above 84.53, then your 15-minute structure would be bullish. And as long as Bitcoin doesn't have any problems with the golden pocket, that should lead to rotation to the highs. So that's the level that I'd watch on ADA, is 84.52. And ultimately, you're targeting your daily week high, like $1. It's currently breaking, JB, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's check out Sui. Yeah, so Sui's under bullish market structure. So we were talking about this 4-hour break and pumping out of this. Here, one second. Sorry, guys. We were talking about this 4-hour break. It's now done that. We got our pump out of 308. It's looking nice. So we broke 4-hour structure again. So this is your 4-hour strong low on Sui. So as long as we don't lose 350, you would be targeting 370 and ultimately targeting this high. And then, yeah, if this breaks, then we can talk about maybe pulling back to like 332. If we get a bearish 4-hour break, this would be where I would look for. Let's zoom in. Let's see if we have any entries right now. So you pull this high, break the 15-minute bearish here. Let's see. Which means your 15-minute high is way up here. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, there was your trade. There was a 5-minute market structure break here, and then a golden pocket pullback. Yeah, right there. That was your trade. So now you've just set a new 15-minute high. So if you're trying, or sorry, 5-minute high. So if you're trying to trade this, all right, let's change this to bullish. If you're trying to trade this now, you're just like doing golden pocket pullbacks on higher term time frames. Yeah, I like this. I like this area right here. We might not come this low, but like we might just retest previous highs. And if we retest previous highs, right? So let's say we just come down to like here and then we bounce. If you close above here on the 5-minute, you can jump in on a breakout trade with your stop below the low because your risk to reward will be good. But if we come down here, then you can enter on like a 1-minute structure break or just off of the pullback. If you use a 1-minute structure break, you can get a little better risk to reward. But really, your target's like up here, so it's like a 3 to 1. Okay, did Bitcoin reject from the golden pocket? Let's see. Not quite. This just looks like, yeah, just retesting. About 7 minutes left in the 30-minute. That would be a wicked SFP if it does it, but I don't think it's going to. We'll see. Front ran the golden pocket. Yeah. I mean, it could be setting up for something like this, but we'll have to wait and see. Really, hold on. Really, all eyes are on 4-hour structure. As long as this doesn't break, there's really nothing to be worried about. All right, cool. Let's look at near. Okay, so near SFP'd on the daily is pumped out of it. Let's look at our 4-hour. Man, near breaks out on the 4-hour and just pumps off. This just looks like kind of cascading higher. SFP's here. Man, near's been giving you really nice SFP trades. So you SFP the 4-hour. Near looks good. So we set a new 4-hour strong low. We pull back to the 786. We get any actionable structure here. So we break the 15-minute bearish here. We set a low. We set a high. All right. So here's what I have for you on near. This one has like a more clear setup. So if you're able to close above 2991, then you can look to get long, and that's on the 15-minute. And you're targeting this high. That's a 3 to 1 trade, and then you can leave a runner if that if you enter this trade. But just make sure you wait for the 15 minutes to close above 2991. As long as that happens, this actually looks really good to me because we have like a strong breakout. We have a clear cascading 4-hour structure. We have a strong low on the 4-hour. And then we have a pullback to the entry time frame here. I might watch near. I like that trade. But if the structure doesn't break bullish, then we're just still under bearish 15-minute. The level of concern like that lines up with ETH and Bitcoin and the others is this 4-hour structure low at 2.876. As long as this holds, you can take it, pull back entry trades. And this kind of applies to everything in the market right now. As long as your 4-hour structure is upholding, you're just looking for these 4-hour pullbacks to like your golden pocket 786, and then you want to see action. This is kind of a perfect case of what you're looking for in the current environment. Is you're looking for pullbacks to key areas, a structure break, enter, stop loss below the new strong low, targeting the higher time frame week high, which right now would be the 4-hour week high. Dang, are they really gonna pull this all the way back? That'd be gnarly. All right, cool. We'll kind of hang around. I want to see how this candle closes, but is there anything else you guys want to look at? Yeah, we can look at those. Jenny, so we already did Sui, so if you go back a little bit, you'll be able to find that. Okay, so we were looking at this demand level for Aave. Aave comes back to this demand. We don't break 4-hour out of here. So you break your 4-hour bullish here, off to the races. You come back, you break it bearish here. So yeah, so your 4-hour high on Aave, and there's a bunch of. Hold on, how is this looking? We'll go over Aave, or I can just duplicate this. Okay. Okay, so your 4-hour break on Aave is going to be up here at like 313. So if we can come above 313, then we're back to targeting 390. It's following a nice little demand chain here. Yeah, we're kind of fighting this resistance. I would say like if you got in from Ave down here in this demand, it's looking pretty good, but otherwise like I would really just want Ave to prove itself and come above 313, and then you can take you can either this will be the RR entering there. So you'd want to get a little bit, yeah, you'd want to get a little bit better of a stop loss, but let's see. Yeah, I would say be careful with Ave right now. I mean, it could pump. It's just it's hard to find safeguards for your trades. Um, if everything starts pumping, like if okay, all right, cool. So Bitcoin confirmed the 30-minute break, which is nice. That's nice. Yeah, something like this looks good to me. Um, so you did just have a 5-minute break of structure with Bitcoin breaking. Oh. Okay, this actually, with Bitcoin breaking, this doesn't look too bad. This doesn't look too bad for like a scalp. Yeah, I don't mind this. Trying to target higher prices. Yeah, I mean if you're looking to enter, just understand that. Yeah, yeah, it looks okay right now, Jenna. Actually, um, but you want to see 283.50 hold, and then as long as Bitcoin's pumping, you should be fine here. But when 312 breaks, I see Aave being very tradable. So also if you just want to wait for 312 to break, then you can take like all of the small time frame structure breaks, looking to ride those higher. That's kind of the key level I'd be watching is 312.90. Okay, so chill guy came and bounced off the support level we were looking at. Let's see. Okay. All right, so chill guy got a break here. You have your 4-hour strong low here. You're pulling back right now to your 786 golden pocket. Do we have any structure? So you have like a 3-minute structure break. Yeah. Kind of similar to. So I do like it now with kind of stops below this low. I would prefer somewhere down in this like 42.6 area, but if you come above 43.8, if you come above right here, then I see it coming at least up to test 46.20. So yeah, that's kind of the major level that I'd be watching is like 43.863, but I think this looks pretty good for a bottom with this structure break. Your new strong low on your 3-minute is down here. So as long as that holds, we should be attacking the highs again. All right, guys. So I will keep you updated. Make sure you join the free Discord. Thanks you guys for being here. Really, we're just going to be watching to see if this 4-hour structure breaks. If it doesn't, we're likely pumping to all-time highs. It's going to be a lot of fun. If this breaks, I will immediately let you guys know. Until then, and we just broke the 30-minute back bullish, which means 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour are all bullish. So you can scalp your longs, guys. Sure. Well, I'm gonna have to cut it off there, but we can do arrow real quick. Of course, Jenna. Okay. Arrow just broke 4-hour bullish. Yeah, arrow looks good. It broke 4-hour bullish. Let's look at daily. Daily's under bearish. If arrow comes above, this is macro. If arrow comes above 138 on the daily, we're likely coming up to much higher prices. But right now, you literally just had a 4-hour market structure break, which means that you have a 4-hour strong low down here at around 98 cents. So you're trading away from that. You're just looking for lower time frame structure breaks. The key levels here, I like this area around 109. Let's check our 30-minute. So you break your 30-minute bullish. Actually, you never broke it bearish. Yeah, we're just ranging on the 30-minute. 30-minute strong low is down here. So if you are trying to jump on trend, yeah, you can use this as a guard if the RR is there. Yeah, so maybe if you come down a little bit more. Yeah, it's like a 3-to-1. Something like that. It's around 113.31. And then trading to the weak highs. If this breaks, then the trade is simple. You're waiting for a 30-minute market structure break to target the 4-hour highs and higher. But if this doesn't break, then we're likely targeting the weak high. All right. Be careful, guys. As always, my name's Wave Cipher. Much love. Trade safe. And Wave Cipher out. Talk to you guys tomorrow.